Greetings to you, dear friends, from the monks of Mount Angel. You know, I say this, I think, every time. I'm the abbot of Mount Angel, and I'm speaking to you in the name of all the monks that are here. I remind you that we're here and that we're praying for you. And this week we're in the middle of a very joyful week at Mount Angel that I want to tell you about. It's a week in which young monks are at different stages in their monastic commitment. This last Monday, on September 7th, 4 young men entered the novitiate and began a novitiate that will really train them in the monastic way for a year and a day. God willing, they'll make profession of simple vows on September 8th, a year from now. September 8th is Mount Angel's traditional day of making the profession of vows for the first time. And this year, 3 of our monks made profession on that date. Why is that the date? It's actually in the liturgy the Nativity of Mary, the birth of Mary, the dawning of our salvation in her. And this is a date that we receive from the tradition of our mother house, Engelberg in Switzerland. So for centuries now, monks in our line have been making their vows on this date, and consequently the anniversary of all of our monastic vows. So 3 monks did that on Tuesday, and on Saturday one of our brothers is making his solemn vows, that is to say his final vows, his lifelong commitment. All these liturgies have been and will be live streamed, and we're going to provide you with a link to those if you want to look at them. You know, monastic life is a beautiful way of life. It's a beautiful vocation, and actually any Christian vocation is beautiful. And we belong to one another. In other words, monastic life belongs to you, dear friends, in the same way that the witness of married life or single life in the world is a kind of witness to us, and we understand that off of one another. Beautiful to live the Christian life. Monks make vows. We make 3 vows: obedience, stability, and fidelity to the monastic way of life. Much could be said about that. Maybe another day I'll explain more about that. But it's a promise to God to live in fidelity to the monastic way of life. It's a way of life. It's a style of living. To live in fidelity for that one's whole life in a particular monastery here at Mount Angel. I suppose that it's the case that a monastery being here, Mount Angel being here, functions as a kind of witness to the gospel. Like for you, we hope. That's why I check in with you every week now. It's kind of become a habit of mine. I hope it's a comfort for you in your own lives to know that this monastery exists. Like I say, the monks of Mount Angel, there's 50 of us here, and every one of us is a somebody. It's a real thing. Real people are here doing this. And I hope that's a comfort for you, that this monastic way of life exists as a witness to the gospel. But this is interesting, I think, for you. I tell my own monks this, I teach them this, that the monastic life is not primarily about witnessing to others. It's not there to be seen by others, but in fact it's a life that is hidden from the eyes of others, hidden from the world, and that it is a life performed in the presence of God. It's He who sees it, and it's to Him that it is done and offered. And that's the beautiful mystery of monastic life. No one has to know that it's there, and yet it has its effect in the world. In the profession, in the ceremony of solemn profession that we'll celebrate on Saturday, there's a marvelous dramatic moment in the liturgy that really displays the meaning of our way of life. After the young monk has professed his vows for life, he lies down on the floor. He prostrates himself before God in prayer, and he's covered with a large black funeral pall. And this beautiful text from the scriptures is sung to give voice to this action that he's doing. We sing, I have died, and my life is hidden now with Christ in God. I shall not die, but live and proclaim the works of the Lord. That, dear friends, is a monk. I have died, and my life is hidden now with Christ in God. And I hope it can be a comfort to the rest of the church that people in the church, in the world, are living this way. I beg you to sustain us with your prayers for us, just as we try to sustain you by our prayers for you. Bless you. Peace be with you.